Hi everybody and welcome to Bradman365, day 49 of Bradman365. Yeah, 49 of Bradman365. I just wanted to go see Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is the most amazing movie that I've seen in a long time. I went going because I read the comic book. I never thought they'd make the comic book into a movie. And I went because I was a fan of the comic book. And I thought, okay, they're going to destroy this. People said no, they stick right to it. I can't get into a lot of detail. But I watched it tonight, and I haven't left a movie in a long time just feeling like, wow, that movie was it just took me back to, that time in my life when the comic book came out. And so for me, it was just like this, that was a lot better time for me. I was in Iowa City, I was doing this and that, blah, 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 partying, and there's bad stuff in there too, you know, girls and things like that, but I just realized, that was a very good time in some regards, and in other times it wasn't. But all I'm gonna say is that movie was amazing, and thank you Universal, because I believe they made it. And from the first moment it comes on the screen, I knew it was going to be a good movie. I had a gut feeling about it. So if you have not seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World, you need to go see Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And you don't need to sit around and go, oh, I think I'm going to wait for it to come out on DVD. Because that's the stupidest thing you could do. Because it was that good of a movie. Had a lot of fun today. Did a puppet show. And the kids were kind of rambunctious. It was a pretty interesting group of kids. And they were pretty rambunctious. And they were trying to pull the puppets off my hands. And they were getting right in the puppet's face. Like I was behind the screen so I couldn't see a lot of stuff. But I could feel them like touching the puppets. And parents are going, oh, come sit down. And I'm thinking to myself, here's what I'm thinking to myself. Why are these parents saying, come over here and sit down, come over here and sit down? I'd be grabbing the kid by the back of the neck and making the kid sit down. Times have changed with kids. They really have. I think everybody's so afraid that they're going to get in trouble for abuse that nobody disciplines their kids anymore. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm completely old-fashioned in that regard, but I saw several parents tonight go, sit down or we're gonna leave. Sit down or we're gonna leave. You know what? No, you don't say sit down, we're gonna leave. You say sit down because I told you so. Discipline. Simple discipline. Let's get back to Scott Pilgrim. I'm sorry, I'm on like 4 different tangents right now. Scott Pilgrim made me realize if you want something, you gotta fight for it. That's like, nobody thought that movie would have a message, but that movie does have a message. But you've also got to be able to, you know, there's more than just fighting for others, and I don't know. It's just this thing where the movie gave me this really good warm feeling, and I've decided everything's ready to go. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be going, and all I'm gonna do now is my final goal in this town is to just make sure that the friends that I care about are happy. And I want to make sure that all the people I care about are happy. Because before I leave, I just want to make sure they're all happy with where they're at. It's a weird goal to have, but that's the goal I have. I just asked somebody tonight. I said, are you happy? She said, why are you asking me if I'm happy? And I said, because I just want to know that the people I care about are happy. Before I leave, I want to know that the 4 people, 5 people, you know, my parents are automatic, so I guess 6, 7 people. But it's this thing where I just want to know that they're happy so I can pass on to the next stage of my life. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. I've dealt with death enough times in family and friends and things like that, that somebody told me that it's in a grieving book I got once when somebody was dying. They said, here's a grieving book to get you through this. And they said, if they think that they're going to leave things unfinished, then people will hold on, and that's when you get the suffering. And if everybody says, if you got somebody and they're laying in their deathbed and they're going, oh, and everybody says, you know what, we're fine, everything's going to be taken care of, you're free, you can go, then subconsciously it's that much easier for them. So if somebody's dying and they're going through a lot of pain, don't sit there at their deathbed and go, you have to hold on, I need you with me, I need you around, I'll never be able to live without you. Don't tell them that stuff, because that's just putting them in more pain. Unless you think by some miracle that it's somehow going to reverse the effects and everything's going to be magical. If it's irreversible and there's no way, there you go. That's Brad's Death Fact of the Day. Hi! Death Fact of the Day! That's it. I don't have anything else today. If today's day 49, then you know what? That means tomorrow is day 50. And that means we've hit 50 days. So I don't know if that's a celebration or not. Bradman365, day 49. Have a wonderful rest of the day.